Jwing-Ming here, Martial Art World, and it's a really great honor for me to be with Master Jwing-Ming, and he was demonstrating some forms, Chinese martial arts. Master Yang, thank you for being with us here today.
You're welcome.
Maybe you can explain a little bit of your style of martial arts to the folks at home.
I'm focusing in three major styles. The first style is a white crane, the second style is a Tai Chi Chuan, is a Yang style Tai Chi Chuan, and the third style is a long fist, it's Chang Chuan, a traditional Chang Chuan.
What is the difference between the three martial arts styles?
The white crane styles that emphasize in the short range fighting, emphasize more for the hands technique, and the Tai Chi emphasize more internal. And then at the same time, long fist emphasize more long range fighting and use a lot of kickings.
Now, the Tai Chi being internal, what exactly is that? I don't think our folks at home
Tai Chi internal, in Chinese martial art, divided into two major styles. One is called external, the other one is internal. External style emphasizes a lot of muscular power. I use a muscle to use for apply with a technique and can use for defense. But at the same time, Tai Chi is not. Tai Chi first thing try to build up is the internal energy circulation. In Chinese, they call Qi. From that kind of Qi build up, they can apply the Qi to apply it on the body's technique and make it effective in the techniques.
Is Tai Chi done at the same speed as long fist?
No. When Tai Chi training, Tai Chi started very slow. When Tai Chi learning slow, so Tai Chi can be meditating at the same time. So Tai Chi can be called is a moving meditations. In order to meditate, you have to do slow motions. Once you reach a slow motion, your meditations levels can reach higher. Then the Qi can flow or can circulate in the body fluently. Then after that, you can apply it. So once the Tai Chi used for fighting, you have to be fast. So the Tai Chi, the beginning for the health aspect, you do slow. Once you reach a high level you want to use for martial art, you still have to be fast.
It sounds as if then the two are very related. I don't think the folks at home know so much, but it sounds that the Tai Chi, what you learn for Tai Chi, is the same as any martial art.
Yes, it is.
Master Yang, it was my pleasure to witness a form that you did today, and maybe you can explain a little bit about that and what family of the three martial arts it belongs to.
What I performed earlier is one is a Tai Chi Chuan, it's a fast motions. As I explained, Tai Chi started slow motion first to build up the Qi inside. And once you reach it higher level you want to apply for martial arts, you have to learn how to apply those energy to expose to outside, to apply. So what you see is a fast Tai Chi. It's eventually less a Tai Chi, but you do it fast way so you can feel the power coming out from the body. And the next one I perform is a Chin Na. Chin Na techniques is including all the Chinese martial art style, more or less. So there's no Chinese martial art style called Chin Na style, but because every style has it. So what I did is I try to compile, try to search and collect a lot of technique and put them together and try to become one of the patterns so people can learn easy instead of they have to search from one style to another styles.
Right. Master Yang, I know that you're a very wide-read, famous author of martial arts styles, and I have virtually an encyclopedia, a wealth of information here. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about each one of your books. We have here Yang style Tai Chi Chuan.
This Yang style Tai Chi Chuan is after I come to the United States in 1974, I started teaching Tai Chi Chuan to American people, and after 4 years, then I realized a lot of people don't really understand Chinese Tai Chi Chuan. That's make my mind say, okay, I should write the first Tai Chi Chuan book to introduce what is the martial art application to Americans.
This is interesting.
Yeah, this is Qigong is specialized for the internal health aspect of exercise. And these things in America, especially in the Western world, has a little bit known for Qigong exercise. It was not until last probably 14 years when acupuncture technology imported to this country. So I think that's my responsibility as a Chinese to introduce what is Qigong in China has been used for 4,000 years to American people. They can understand, they can lead them, this book can lead them to the right path. But I'm continue writing this book now.
Okay. How long would you say it takes one to really learn Chinese martial arts?
Well, for one style, you take 10 years to learn and take you so many lifetimes to train, to practice. So that's when you never reach it.
Never stop.
Never stop.
practicing.
Okay. Yeah. Then the next
Young
books
Style.
I wrote is Advanced Young Style Tai Chi Chuan.
For the
This
people
book,
who after the
yes,
first
after
one.
the first one, right?
Okay.
After this one, if they want to understand deeper aspect of the Tai Chi Chuan, they start reading this book. And if they want to know the martial art application, they start to go to this book. So this book is martial art applications. And these two books, I believe, has really agitated American martial arts society or Tai Chi society to study and research higher level of the Chinese Tai Chi Chuan martial arts.
The way you approach the Chinese martial arts with your knowledge and your research and your books, you make it a science, is what it appears to me.
Yes,
a science
it
like
is.
anything else.
Yes, it is. That's my idea.
Interesting.
It's a researching, it's an art, it's not for fighting, it's not for violence. People don't understand, they think Chinese Kung Fu is for fighting. It's not. All Chinese martial arts is morality, self-discipline first, before the defense. Defense is a byproduct, yeah. This is a China technique. I have another China techniques, but these China techniques, after that one, and a lot of people, they don't understand the detailed movements, so make me decide to write this one again. And
That's very interesting. And
yes.
from the demonstration
Yeah,
too. Like
it's very
people
effective,
Can be very
yeah.
effective. Looks very good for self-defense. If
Yes.
someone wants to grab you,
That's
how to
right.
get out of that.
Yeah, and another motivation of writing this book is to save myself, because China books sell pretty good.
Oh, very
So
popular.
yeah, so I write this book this is save me from bankruptcy, but now I'm okay.
Very good. Okay. So you really made try to make martial arts, Chinese martial arts, understanding for all people, not
Yes,
just
that's-
us,
yeah.
not just some few fans of Chinese martial art, but to
Right.
expand it to
Yes.
anyone.
That's right.
I think that is wonderful, and I think it will bring a new age for people to
Yes,
understand Chinese martial arts.
Yeah, that's
and
what I hope.
we hope so. We all hope so. Master Yang Jwing-Ming, it's been my pleasure today.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for giving this opportunity.
Thank you.
On this week's segment of Martial Arts from the Past, the Air Force teaches its cadets the art of self-defense and a 1956 Judo tournament from Seattle, Washington.
American airmen in Japan taking a flyer at Judo. The ancient and honorable Oriental art of self-defense is top priority for birdmen of the Strategic Air Command, all of whom are required to be in top physical trim. Their instructors are some of Japan's top experts, here teaching basic holds to young Americans. They could make good use of such defensive tactics if that wild blue yonder ever ran out of air and they had to defend themselves on the ground. Department of Defense cameras record the crippling agility of a man trained in Judo. But let's face it, men, like in the tango, it takes two to Judo. Seattle University plays host to judo wrestlers from many states as well as Hawaii, assembled in ceremonial garb for the 4th U.S. Judo Championships. The coveted black belt, symbol of the expert, is proudly worn by top-ranking competitors in the ancient sport of Japan. Now sanctioned by the AAU, judo is more and more popular in this country. Uniforms, customs, rules, and commands originating in Japan are retained. Judo is a way of life, besides being an effective way to defend oneself. And like baseball, a grand slam is also effective. The Air Force, which regards judo highly, has 2 teams entered in the slam bang tournament. The ceremonial shirt takes a beating, along with the guy who's wearing it. Now it's his turn, so it would seem. But it's deadly serious, and the fans love it, right down to the Oriental bows and handshakes between victor and vanquished. The Chicago team wins national honors. Judo champions.
George Strickland, and I'm here with the man who put the Battle of Baltimore together, Mr. John Burdyck. John, how did this tournament all happen?
Well, it started back in February when I got my A rating from Glenn Hart in the PKL, and that I was going to get the first nationally rated tournament ever held in Baltimore. And I've worked for about the last 6 years to to build the event up, to get the A rating, and I have worked very, very hard from February to October to today to get this event.
And you had a splendid turnout. How are you viewing everything as the action goes on now?
Well, it looks good. I mean, financially, thank God, everything turned out all right. We have a little over 1,000 competitors right now and about 2,000 spectators. And we're hoping for a much larger spectator turnout at 7:30 tonight to watch the full contact fights.
Cindy Ming here from Martial Art World, and I'm very proud to be with Christine Bannon, and she was #1 in the weapons division today, where she also competed against men. Christine, thank you for being with us.
Thank
you. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. You've competed now in several events so far?
Yes, the weapons division, soft style, and the women's black belt division for forms.
Terrific. Now, you have a very interesting history. You also do karate and Chinese martial arts. Why don't you tell me about it?
Yes, I study karate. I've studied karate for 9 years, and that's what I teach as a martial arts instructor. And I also study for the last 3 years. I've been studying wushu, which is a Chinese martial art. And I compete in the wushu division now. And
now, what is the difference between the wushu and the karate?
I would say karate is more, it's called hard style, but it's more kicks and punches and, karate basics and very self-defense like. And wushu is more acrobatic and more fluid, and it's very quick.
Okay. What are some of your favorite forms that you like to compete with?
For weapons, I like to compete with the whip and broadsword.
Okay, maybe you can describe that to the audience. Do you hold them both in the same hand? What do you do?
No, the whip goes in the right hand and the sword goes in the left. And you're doing two different weapons, so the coordination's very difficult.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and you have a chain in one hand and one's a sword, so they go at different speeds, and you have to try and keep them together.
Terrific. You really have your work cut out for you there.
Yes.
Now, you have a goal. We were talking about that earlier. Why don't you tell the audience at home?
Sure. My goal is to be #1 in forms, fighting, and weapons.
That's all three.
In North America, and most people will just concentrate on the national level. They'll concentrate on just forms or just fighting or just weapons, and I want to be an all-around competitor. I want to be #1 in all three.
It's great. That sounds like a great goal.
George Strickland here, and I'm talking to Steve Nasty Anderson. Steve, it's a pleasure to see you today. What are you going to be doing tonight?
It's a pleasure seeing you, by the way. And I'm going to be, with the daytime, I'm going to be fighting in the eliminations, and hopefully I'll get to the nighttime finals.
We're sure you'll meet the requirements to do that. I wanted to ask you a question earlier about the point system scoring and also the continuous contact sparring. What's your opinion on that?
The point has been here since the beginning of time for the karate world, and the continuous fighting is, so far I've seen and competing in it, is a modified form of full contact. It's kind of hard when you're fighting the continuous not to do the full contact. I hate the continuous, to be honest with you, and I don't want a cheaper form of full contact, and I would just rather do the full contact versus doing the continuous, because it graduates into the same thing. And if I'm losing a continuous contact fight, in order to get back into the fight, I'm going to hit a little harder in order to maybe stunt the opponent, and whereas I can go ahead on and fight a regular point. It's hard to do that. It's hard to mix the two. So it's either one or the other.
As far as all those youngsters who are looking up to you now and following behind your steps, in the normal point system, what type of insight could you give to them right now?
Well, I could say that the training is very important. A lot of times in a semi-contact fight, and the action is so fast, and the stop and start action, it's kind of like running 100-yard dashes versus running marathons. Well, this is a 100-yard dash sport. It's a lot of stop and go action. So you have to kind of work on a different type of training as far as endurance is concerned. And you don't have to do as many marathon runs. I mean, you could train kind of like Michael Spinks trained for the Larry Holmes fight when he ran a lot of wind sprints and things like that. So that's the biggest thing that I can see, the conditioning of a lot of the athletes who are coming in. And as far as the kids are concerned, they're young now, but with getting older, they'll have to work on that part. So,
well, being a champion sure opened doors for you, and I'm sure many youngsters who are watching the show today will take advice, practice hard. Tell us one more thing about yourself as far as how long have you been training?
I've been training since 1975. I started in San Diego, California, and my instructor is Chicken Gabriel. So.
And your style?
American Karate.
Well, I want to thank you and wish you good luck tonight, as always, and it's a pleasure.
Thank you.